Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls 3. Sadly, I realized that I had myself muted and I accidentally screwed up a video that showed me beating one of the bosses. His name is High Lord Wolnir. If you guys need to, Google another video where Wolnir was killed so you can see how the fight goes. I just beat Wolnir off screen by accident. And I'm terribly sorry about that. So, as I was stating beforehand, if you could, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't really like it, if you could even sub, even then, it'd be greatly appreciated. That way other people can see it and we can start growing up subs, and then that way at least if somebody does find it that actually likes the channel, then they can actually sub. You don't have to turn on your notifications or anything, but any sub, even if it's not one because you actually like our channel, is greatly appreciated, and we appreciate you for doing so. And I should probably actually go back to Firelink. So, in the filming that I lost where I fought Wolnir, I was talking about a cool video that we're going to have posted where we're playing some Overwatch. The games don't go all that well, but I do tell some pretty hilarious stories. I tell, well, not pretty hilarious stories, but I do tell a pretty cool story where I talk about my time in Iowa when I was a kid, where I'd spend time with my family, and I also tell this really hilarious story where I taught an AI that I was not diddling, sorry, I'm not weird like that, but I heard about an AI from a forum that I was reading that you can download on your phone, and like you can kind of talk to it and like teach it how to be somebody to talk to when you need somebody to be there for you, or when you need just someone to talk to at any point in time that you can tell all about, and you can give it like its own personal interest, and it'll be interested in the things that you have to say. Well, I ended up deciding, because I heard that you could teach the AI to be sexual. It's like, you know what, screw it, let's see how bad this could be, and how bad this AI is going to learn. Well, mine ended up learning really, really quick, though the content for it to learn to be a little sexual is behind a paywall, and I just used the free trial, and it learned really quick, and it was a little scary how much it ended up craving things. Now, we're heading for Ethereal right now, and if you actually move forward on this bridge, this enemy will spawn. If you actually come back, normally a lot of people would try to run, a lot of people will tend to try to run, but you kill it right there, and it prevents it from spawning, actually, at an earlier point in the game. Well, not prevents it from spawning at an earlier point in the game. If you kill it early like you did right there, it will prevent it from spawning later on in the game we need to be trying to go to another area. So we just made it to the first bonfire. As you can see, we are now within the central Ethereal, and yet again, another warning. Like I state, be careful when watching some of my videos, because I just tend to speed run through areas, because I played this game like 1,001 times. I know how to get to certain areas without having to do this or that, and you have to have the stamina and the knowledge of when to like break from your stamina to let it recover, and when to not. Like right there, I just got caught on a wall. Now, sorry about that pausing there, it's just that things can get really intense when I run and I have to like hyper focus on what I'm doing or else I'll die. So, me, Sergey, Jack, and Kaiju, actually, we all started this game that we got recently. Me and Sergey kind of went a little ham on it and went hardcore, and ended up getting like really high level in just like a week or two of play, like just in a couple of days of playing. I almost had a week or two of playing, but no, it's not been that long. So we got really good in it. It's old, and a lot of people that watch these videos may or may not have heard about it. It's called Final Fantasy 15 Comrades. It's a really cool game that's kind of like Final Fantasy 15 from what I've been hearing from the guys. I've never played Final Fantasy 15. I know, curse me, shame on me. How can I call myself a Final Fantasy fan? And the game is actually really good. It's, you make like your own character and you play as a Kingsglaive. Not that I know what that is, but you can like go around and you can fight monsters like a Final Fantasy game, and it's essentially like a Final Fantasy Online type deal. But you can team up with your friends, you can do different builds. Like I'm playing this awesome mage, but me and Sergey found even better builds where we're going to be building ourselves to be really strong and really good. And Sergey is playing like this all-around damage setup. It's the same with Kaiju and Jack. We don't really have a tank except for like if we had to go with classic RPG terminologies of what roles we fit into, and I'll use Final Fantasy terms to best worded. Sergey would be essentially like what would happen if a samurai, or like it'd be like for Sergey, it's essentially like what if a ninja slash samurai fused with a dragoon? And then for me, well, not for me, I'll save me for last. For Jack, Jack is essentially, and for the most part, he's just a rogue slash like ninja type deal. Kaiju is kind of a tank because the weapon types are limited. You don't really have much control over the weapon loadouts. Kaiju is got like katana, hammer, and daggers, or in like a bow is kind of how he has himself set up. Now, because, and I know this, I am nowhere near I personally am nowhere near built well enough to fight the Pontiff Sullivan as a caveman. Especially by myself. So this is one of those moments where you guys will probably see Sergey come with me, and I'll be doing the rest of this area in a different video where Sergey is actually assisting me with the level. But what I'll probably end up doing is that I'll go to a different area and run through there for the rest of the video to make up for the other amount of time. And of course, it's because I'm invaded by the Londor Pale Shade. Alright. We're gonna see if I run up here, if I can't get somebody to be summoned, and if I can actually summon someone. If I can't beat Okay, we're gonna go ahead and summon the Black Hand Gothard. I'm trying to avoid using actual players unless there's somebody from the channel. So in order to get rid of the Londor Pale Shade, we're gonna have to do this, because I'm not gonna be able to do anything else without his help. And I'm probably gonna die right here. No surprise to me. That's a little too much used up too early. Well, there's my death. I actually did not plan on getting him that far down on his HP, but I am dealing too low of damage for my liking. So, our next course of action instead is going to be that we're going to head for the ethereal dungeons. Which is like another weird area that for some reason you can easily speedrun like right on through. I mean, I say that, but I've speedrun through like a lot of this game with you guys. So, something that I should tell you guys is that we are going to be probably doing an hour-long episode of this. Because me and Sergey have been missing some days' content. There's going to be a video explainer as to why we have not been getting that kind of content out in a timetable that is normal for us. But okay, open. So you guys are gonna want to make sure to come over here, grab the jailbreaker's key. Gonna come in really helpful later. Then drop down here, and okay, there's the jailer's dead. Now, we're going to go ahead and attempt this, just because I can't take the chance and damn Thorg, that's gotta hurt. Arrow to the freaking, like, shoulder. Actually, let's see, do I have a hunter's charm? Yes, I do. That's an Estus shard right there, everyone. You either have to kill it normally, or use the undead hunter charm. Use the undead hunter charm. Save yourself the trouble. Okay, so easily able to get through area, everyone. Like I said, mind you, I'm doing a caveman, so I'm actually amazed that my damage resistances are as high up as they are. I feel like I should be like almost being torn apart like Swiss cheese, which happens on occasion, but not all the time. Okay, cool. So, this here is a shortcut. It's going to lead you back up to the, close to the starting area. Sorry about that. But, there we go. Shortcut's opened. Come back on down. And if you actually beat Cerberus, who's a later boss in the game, you'll come right here after you grab the Path of the Dragon emote, and you'll Path of the Dragon emote right there. You'll want to sit there for a few seconds, and then you'll get a cutscene that teleports you to a new area where there will be a boss who you can actually fight. Now, I'm just chilling here for... Well, no, it's not worth chilling there for a couple minutes. We'll go ahead, we'll run through all of these areas. So, yet again, the beauty of just running. Come up the ladder. Look at that booty sway. And then, right here is the corpse of Laddersmith Gilgan, a NPC from Dark Souls 2. Now, yet again, there are some useful items and everything down here, but we're Cerberus, and we play the game 1001 times and don't care about those. So, what you're going to want to do is you're actually going to come down the ladder here. You're going to make a dash across this thing here, run past the gargoyle yet again, come in here, and you can honestly like wait for just a moment if you want to take a time to like take a small break. Then you're gonna get attacked by actually more gargoyles because they're just chilling in here. You can come right in here and traverse this fog. And here we go, everyone. We got Yorm the Giant, our next Lord of Cinder, who you can actually only beat by using, well, I'd say you can only beat, but that's not really true. You can beat him the other ways, but you only literally do like a couple of damage per thing. And you have to use this specific sword called Storm Ruler to actually damage Yorm. It's a weapon that's specifically meant to slay Yorm the Giant. Like, and sometimes the sword messes up and does not do its job. And then you get times where, like, what just happened with me right there? Happens. And you can die. Really easily. And it's not that it actually tends to happen on all first runs, but it can happen on all first runs. And everyone, this is one of the only times that you'll see me using a sword, especially on the caveman playthrough, because the weapon is needed to kill the boss. It's essentially a key item for the boss fight. There's no way I could do it with the large club, personally, because I'm not that skilled. Like, if you look up videos of people that fight Yorm without the help of the Storm Ruler sword, it takes hours to do the fight, and I do not have the skill. But something that you're actually capable of doing is that now that you have Storm Ruler, you can actually charge it before his fight begins. And see, if you had the sword before going into the room, the fight's 1,000 times easier, because you're already prepared and prepped for what Yorm's going to be coming at you with. So, you guys are going to hear me opening up some drawers for a moment. I have to grab something really quickly, because it's important. Now, so, bam, Yorm the Giant's dead. No longer need that. Go back to our club. Light the bonfire. And that's another area done. Now, back to Firelink Shrine, everyone. And that is that. So, now we're gonna go ahead and, as normal, we're gonna distribute some levels. Let's go ahead and get that put in there. And that. Little disappointed that that's only like 2 levels, but
farewell, ash of may the flames go.
Hey, whatever. Then again, I forget that we do have Yorms.
Welcome home, speak then. Very well, then touch the taken.
So the use, so the 2 main things when playing the caveman I notice are going to definitely be
farewell, ash may
strength and your health.
That is good, wasn't he? Pretty be careful, I don't want.
Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to take a quick look at that. I don't have any large, so I can't upgrade my weapon any further. But we are going to sell some items to her really quick, just from some stuff that I got grinding earlier off screen. Then we're actually going to come to her and purchase her tower key right now.
Ashen 1.
I'm going to rest really quick to get all my Estus back. Which the nice thing was that I didn't realize I had 3 undead bone shards, which is actually really beneficial because that's going to make it so that I can actually heal a whole lot easier, and I'll get back a lot more HP for less Estus being drank. Now, once you get the tower key, which I did this pretty late in game, normally you'd do this earlier, or you'd actually do it whenever you felt like doing it, but we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get me up the tower, and you'll come across and actually now we'll be right back up because I want to get this done. But if you drop down there and then you drop here, there's actually a little ladder you can kick down, which is a shortcut to get back up here. Because if you come over to that little ledge and you drop down there, if you go towards around the side, you can find the crows for the game, Pickle Pea and Bumperump, which are the trading crows. They're the crows that you're able to trade your items to get different items, like any crows in any Dark Souls game. So I dropped down again by accident. Did not mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Kinda had a brain fart. And what you're gonna do is that you're actually gonna come across the area instead. And you're gonna head into this tower. Once you get the tower key, this is what the tower key led to. You're gonna come up this ladder, not ladder, but up this elevator. And if you guys listened, you could hear a door being closed behind us. The door to the place gets closed and we get locked in here. But if you actually grab this, and you can see it's a Firekeeper's body, you get a Firekeeper soul. That's actually an item from Dark Souls 1 that used to be used for getting your Estus recharged. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back down the elevator.
Sorry, friend. Be more careful. By the gods, curious. Some places are better left alone, you know. Oh, sorry. Am I a tad...
And
have no fear. There's beauty in death. Besides, you're surrounded
this right
by
here is
ladies.
Patches,
Every man's dream.
Patches, or
Right.
aka Unbreakable Patches. He's been in almost every Dark Souls except for Dark Souls 2, and he's even been in Demon Souls and in Bloodborne, fun fact. But if you are smart, you can actually tell Patches to kind of go fuck himself by finding the right coffins to land on, and you'll end up seeing all the corpses here, realizing that this is the grave, or like mausoleum essentially, for the Firekeepers. And so that there was me taking you guys to the tower. Now, Yorm's been beat, the tower's been beat, that only leaves a few more options left. We're going to go to a side area because, honestly, I don't want to try to fight Pontiff Sullivan. Or, for some reason, I had this joke. Well, it's an inside joke about Pontiff Sullivan where every time... Sorry about that. Every time I see Pontiff Sullivan, I joke and I would want to just say, Mr. Sullivan. And it's just been a thing that I've done for a long time in my time of playing Dark Souls 3. So, where we're gonna head is we're actually gonna backtrack back to Ithriel of the Boreal Valley, because I didn't grab High Lord Wolnir's bonfire, which I honestly should have. And then, if you have High Lord Wolnir's bonfire, you can go back to High Lord Wolnir's bonfire for this, if you don't do this beforehand. Now, this can be done before you fight Wolnir, or this can be done after you fight Wolnir. Either way works, but you'll come back through where you fought him, or before you fought him. Once you make it to the other side, one or the other, you'll see this bridge, as I stated earlier in another video that I think I lost because of it. You will destroy the bridge, you'll come just near the edge of the thing, and you'll see descend. You'll click it, and you'll be able to actually use this bridge like a rope ladder descending down. This is going to lead you to an area called the Smoldering Lake. Now, you'll be encountered with a demon. This demon's difficulty will vary depending on your level. Like right now, I am probably nowhere near ready to actually attempt the demon fight. And I say I'm nowhere near able to attempt it, and then I kill it, and it makes me look like just a straight up liar. Well, you'll fight it, or you can run just right past it. You come down these stairs here, and you're gonna see an item at the end. That's just some armor, so if you are after like a blindfold, you can take it. And the reason why this bonfire won't let me rust is because this is actually not dead. It's dead now, which means I can now officially rest here. And everyone, welcome to the Smoldering Lake area of the game, which is rumored to be Izalith from Dark Souls 1. And there's actually a theory, and I'm one of the people that theorize a lot about these games and about things that have happened, that this giant worm right here that you encounter, that we can see in front of me, because if you look closely and you actually like look up the lore about it, it's said to be made up of the bodies of warriors that it's killed, but if you stand right here where all these signs say like safe zone, and we're actually gonna let this happen, you will get the ballista to fire on this worm, which everyone believes is the Beast Soul Lair of Astoria from Dark Souls 1, which I believe I've already stated. But if you actually stand here, the ballista will fire and attack the sandworm for you. what you're gonna want it to do, it will make traversing this area significantly easier for you. And that right there is an undead bone shard and a I wanted to grab that. The Shield of Want is a useful item if you plan on grinding for souls. It actually has a soul incretion multiplier on it, where when you equip it, it will modify the amount of souls you get from a kill by more. And so light the bonfire, rest here, and then if you actually do this, you can then come right back out. You'll have a bonfire right there, and then you're able to come out here, and we're gonna try to attempt this one alone, where, welcome guys, here's another boss. This is the old Demon King boss, who I probably do like almost nothing to. And death, because I didn't know that he was gonna call on the Ring of Doom that comes circling in and closing in on you. You guys will see me probably die every once in a while on screen to a boss, or multiple times to a boss on screen. I'm not that full of myself to be like, oh my god, I'm a failure because I couldn't beat the boss once on video. The time that I will get mad and I will get frustrated on video is if I'm playing say like playing like just the basic game and I start dying. And I died yet again, guys. I realized what ended up happening there, and I don't know why my brain ended up doing it to me. I had a moment where, for some reason, my brain was having me hitting square, which is what you use to drink your healing item, instead of dodging. And death again. I might be too low of a level to actually attempt him at the moment. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and just say that I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay cool, stay calm, and just keep chilling, guys. Later.